So as you can see, we're on a residential house in Gilbert, Arizona, doing a roof inspection on a concrete tile roof. Customer called us out today to give them some different options for replacements and also installing new tiles. They're thinking about going with the gray tones, which is pretty popular these days. So we were talking about doing a charcoal flat gray color instead of this terracotta blend that they have here. Obviously pricing goes into everything, so we're going to break down some pricing, some options, and give it to them. When we come out to do tile roof inspections, we always want to pull tiles up in certain areas to check the felt paper, to see what condition the felt paper is in and how old it's going to be. Depending on those two things, the current state and the age will help us determine if it's the right time to replace the roofing system. The other areas we want to pull up and inspect on a tile roofing system is here in the valleys. And the reason for that is because these valleys actually collect water from the whole entire roofing system and then run down this metal flashing all the way off the roof. So you want to come in here and check the different areas to see, because this area here will be have more water flow through it, which will then break it down faster. So the field of the tile roofing systems will look or will be in better condition than the valley. So we want to get a proper inspection to outweigh the pros and cons of what the valleys state is in and what the field is in. Our third step in our process is during our inspection is actually to check all the pipe jack flashings and the T-top flashings to make sure that they were flashed the correct way, and if they need any attention for our repair or our replacement options. As you can see here, this is actually a secondary flashing. It's an aluminum flashing that will actually get bent to the shape of the tiles, and it actually gets bent inside the pipe so that there's no water able to get inside beneath this flashing and cause leaks. So as you can see here, after I took off the aluminum flashing, you can see that there's a base jack here. And the base jack is actually what keeps this flashing or this pipe jack watertight, because the felt paper is overlapped on top of the base jack, and then you have the top flashing, the aluminum flashing, that will keep this seal here watertight, so there's no chance of water running down this pipe inside this crack and then into the house. So it's a two-step process, but it in return will make sure that your roof penetrations don't leak over a period of time. During our inspection, we also found this pipe jack here that wasn't installed properly, and the reason why, on the previous pipe jack that I was inspecting, this pipe, the aluminum pipe jack, actually needs to be bent inside the pipe, which will eliminate the actual pipe jack and the pipe itself. In this instance, and this is very common we see on track houses, is that this pipe wasn't cut low enough, so they just slip the pipe jack on and then they caulk the top of it, which basically can allow a void in the system and cause leaks in the future. Our fourth step on our process is to check all the mortar caps. A mortar cap is basically a concrete product that we mix in a bucket that will form to the shape of the tile. So it's not pre-formed, but it'll actually come in and fill all the odd and end gaps that the concrete tile aren't formed to do. It actually helps the process of covering the tile and the underlayment so that there's no underlayment exposed to the sunlight. So another product that is supposed to be installed on these roofing systems per roofing code nowadays is a product called weather blocking, or Stowell. That product is basically a plastic cap that is pre-formed to fit underneath the shape of these tiles. So you can see where these tiles go underneath the hip tile and the ridge tile. But sometimes when the sun is coming up or coming down, the sun will get underneath here and can rot out the felt paper. So they basically came out with a product, weather blocking, that will come in here and it gets nailed into the nailer board, but it fills in all the odd and end spaces that tile can't cover, which will then make sure that your roofing system lasts longer than the current system does. So the other two products that are required by roof codes now are the bird stop metal flashing here and the edge metal or drip edge that's here. Most residential houses don't come installed with this. Some do. Some were actually offered as an upgrade when these houses were built. So both of these products will either get replaced or be installed new when we replace these types of roofing systems.